What is up, everybody? Week 10, $3 parlay. We're here, joined by my co-host Michael. What's up, bud? How are you?
Not as good this week. Not as good. We'll go through it in a little bit, but man, I feel like I'm the little man on the podium. I mean, I'm still in the lead, but not by much. Um, I mean, all I have going for me is the Packers. Really, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I mean, look at this. Look at this. You're on the board. You almost doubled your entire season winnings in 1 week. And to be honest, I'm nervous. I really am. I really am.
Look at it. It's like you take that out and you just see what it did to it. Oh God.
I'm genuinely
It's a good week.
serious that I'm nervous. I can feel you starting to creep up on me. Starting to.
Yeah.
I've still got a comfortable lead. But man, after 1 week and you bringing it that close, I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
As you should be. It's like I said, we took a couple weeks off. I went back to the spreadsheets. I went back to the algorithm.
Yep.
I put a lot of work into those over those 2 weeks. And like I said, when I came back, felt good about it. Felt the best I felt in any week. And like I said, going into the picks, all of them were locks. And, I haven't said that all year. So that's how you knew that I felt really good about those.
Yeah.
No. Any of these from last week that you want to highlight of yours?
So really, and I hate to bring light to it, let's talk about that first one. We specifically went a little bit early on Thursday so I could take this 49ers Packers game before it kicked off on Thursday Night Football. I don't think I can bet the Packers again because it got to the point where I was disappointed when Green Bay kept scoring and I was getting pissed off that the 49ers couldn't score, and it made the game almost not enjoyable. And then let's just move down to the next column. Seahawks Bills. This is one that you and I disagreed on. I said, we'll have to double back to it at this point
Oh man.
in the week, and I was wrong on that one. So really, you look at your picks, and I want to give you even more credit. I want to give you 5 out of 6.
Well, I don't. Before we go to my picks, as much as I want to talk about my picks, the piece that you're missing is the $3 parlay, where you hit the first one.
I did.
And felt really good about it going into it. And I mean, I remember sitting here saying, like, no, I don't know. It's a Saints-Bucks game. It's like a Saints-Falcons game. It never goes the way you think that it's going to go. And I think the Bucks might be the worst team in the NFL.
Are they the worst? What are they? Are they 5-3 or 6-2?
5-3.
Are they? I think they might be 6-2. But man, I mean,
no, because they've lost to the Saints once, and they lost to the Bears.
That's
and
right.
Then the Saints again.
That's right. You're right. Yep. I mean, the Saints on grass never win like that. But it was the same recipe that the Bucks lost to the Bears. Interceptions, turnovers. Tom Brady looked absolutely washed.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, those 3 games kept me up all week.
Yeah. And the South Florida Memphis one, I mean, there's no way we would have known that that's how that was going to go. That seemed pretty safe going into it.
That was rough. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, so going into mine, I got to say Maryland, Penn State. That's Maryland's a hot team, and it was just getting on them before everybody figured out that Penn State sucks and Maryland's a pretty decent team.
Yeah.
But between that game, Pitt at FSU, and Florida, Georgia, I mean, I was going into Sunday, all of my games being complete blowouts, like feeling good at halftime that you're going to get it, which was huge.
Yeah, and then even I mean, you lost your parlay on Saturday, but even that one was down to double overtime, and then obviously the Panthers Chiefs. You and I both like that one hit. So
yeah, and Clemson had a lead going there into the last minute of the game.
They did. I can't believe they lost that game. I was cheering for Notre Dame, but wow, I mean, Etienne going out of bounds, and then I don't even know the backup quarterback's name for Clemson, and I couldn't pronounce it if I tried. But I was
DJ.
not impressed. I was not
Yeah.
impressed with him. I know that the announcers were, and what he's been able to do rushing and passing the ball, but he just doesn't look like a winner. He doesn't look like a Clemson player, a Clemson winner. We'll
And
see.
is that because you're more of a Jordan Travis fan, or?
Oh, yeah, of course. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his dad is like the animated
Security guy.
character from Mulani or whatever that show is.
Mulani. Yeah.
That Disney
That's
show.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's
Not much
get
that I
into it.
really want to go into, but hey, listen to this. You gave me first pick last week. I'm going to give the honor straight back to you and let you go first because of how good you did.
All right. Well, I told you not to take it just so I could take it first overall.
Yeah,
As
that's
soon as
okay.
lines were released
I
on
didn't see
Sunday,
it down. Yeah, I knew you were gonna have it.
I texted you about this one and said this doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get that
That's
Miami is the
crazy.
away team, and I get that Miami
But
almost lost to
still,
NC State, but there's still a much better team than Virginia Tech, where what's his name? Their head coach lost that game to Liberty on just the
Liberty's
dumbest.
undefeated. Yeah.
But they should have won that game, but essentially said, "Oh, we're gonna, instead of actually try to block a field goal, we'll just put it in prevent," and they got an extra 8 yards to make it a field goal that was a no-brainer for them. It just
Yeah.
Fuentes.
Let's see. Let me see the bet that you have. Yeah, I mean it's really, this is to me a snap. Just looking at the last 1 or 2 weeks, Vegas. I mean, I don't know. Whatever the algorithm does, must look at heat check or whatever you want to call it. But if you look at the whole season for Miami, they're not a 2-point dog. I don't care if it's at Virginia Tech. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna take Miami +2. I agree 100%. I didn't even write it down. I knew you were gonna take it. I agree with it 100%.
Yeah.
Easy. On the flip side, and I really want to take this one, but maybe we'll see. With players being out and us even pushing it back to Thursday, Bovada still doesn't have a line out for the Bengals at Steelers. So I'm going to keep that off my board to start. And I'm going to go with I'm shaking in my boots because I'm so scared that you're going to come back. Go ahead and give me let's go with a repeat of last week. Actually, you know what? No. We're gonna jump straight in here. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go talk about a heat check. Go ahead and give me the Irish covering a 13.5 point spread against. I know it's at Boston College. Boston College has this red bandana game that they do every year, and apparently that means a lot. This is their red bandana game. Notre Dame obviously upsetting the number 1 team in the nation in double overtime. Looks pretty good doing it, right? I mean, would you agree? No Trevor Lawrence.
No, I mean, absolutely. They because we went into that game saying that Clemson was going to win without a doubt, even if it was a backup quarterback, just because you only put up 12 against Louisville. Like,
yeah,
come on.
Yeah, but I'm scared. I mean, BC to me.
BC's been good this year.
They remind me a lot of Duke in how they win the game in the trenches. Duke played them tight to open the season. I'm worried about it, and I'm definitely going to comment on that next week. But I think 13.5. I think Notre Dame finds a way to get this done.
I mean, Boston College put up 28 on Clemson.
They did, and that was a good game. And I think Vegas is looking too much at these last couple weeks and not the whole season. I don't know. I really don't love this pick. I'm betting on. I think Notre Dame can win this by 13.5. If it was 14, I'm being so serious. If it was another half point, I would maybe shy away. But I think less than 2 touchdowns, I feel good about it.
Now that we're talking about it, I would want to take this opposite. I would want to take BC to cover 13.5, just because I think it's a conspiracy that the line is where it is, because Vegas is hurting during COVID. They need money. They know that Notre Dame fans are just wild right now with the thought that, they're the number 1 team, number 2 team. They've got a chance to win it all. people are going to come in and be like, well, we beat Clemson easily. We can take 13 and a half and put a lot of money on it.
We'll see.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
All right. For my next pick, let's see here. I'm going to go to the NFL since we've talked before, knowing that we're going to end up with a lot of NFL games, a lot of college games being canceled or postponed.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this Seahawks at Rams game.
Curious to see where you go with this. I kept this one off my board.
I'm going to take Seattle money line.
Okay. And it's close. The spread was only, what, 2 or 3, something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, I want to say it was 2.5.
Honestly, I don't think the Rams are that good of a team.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I was listening. This was from Tallahassee's local ESPN radio.
Yeah.
They said, the Seahawks are on a historic pace on defense to give up passing yards allowed. They're allowing over 300 yards of passing yards a game. Most quarterbacks, that's a season high for them. And I think this is a good point, is that the Seahawks are so methodical at getting down the field, turning every possession into points, that it puts pressure on their defense. I don't think the Seahawks are as bad as everyone's giving them credit for. I think they're just in a tough spot. Their offense is so good that their defense is getting a bad rap.
Well, and they've traditionally had really good defenses. So seeing this, I think they had an issue with Russ cooking too much, and it was bad. But I think that's a great way to put it. He got burnt.
Yeah, he's overcooked.
I don't know. These games are always close. Any of these NFC West games with Seattle are always close. They're always big games. But with the odds being even and the spread being so close, I feel like it's an easy way to just win a couple extra bucks.
It's tough. It's definitely, either way, it'll be wake up on Monday and say, man, I should have known the game was going to go like that, in my opinion. Because both teams, I think, are closer than we give them credit for in terms of like being good teams. They're not Super Bowl contenders right now, top level, but I think they're better than the public's giving them credit for. Let's see if I can turn around my luck on Thursday night football games. What do you think? Go ahead and give me the home. Go ahead and give me the home team +1. You know what? Let's change this to money line. I don't have the money line written down. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give me money line. I'm going to change it while we're talking. I need to look it up, but go ahead and give me your first reaction.
Two teams that I can't seem to figure out and don't really want to watch because I find them incredibly boring.
It's -105.
I took the Colts last week as my Tasty's pick of the week, and honestly, they looked really good for most of the game, but they kept giving the ball away, kept turning it over. Titans have they're not a team that you look at and you're like, wow, that's a really good team, but they just win games. So,
and this is actually, I have this backwards. Sorry, it's at Tennessee. I need to fix that. Then
easily that makes sense.
Yeah, sorry. I realized that as I was typing it in. For me, this comes down to strength on strength. The Colts' strength is their defense, specifically their run defense. I said it last week. They got Darius Leonard back, their all-star linebacker. I'm a big fan of him because I own him in fantasy, but also because I think he's a great player. And obviously, when you think of the Titans, you'd think no farther than Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
On a Thursday night football game, after the Colts played a pretty tough game last week, I think the advantage goes to the team with the running game. Not even looking at home field advantage, and just say Titans. Not a high scoring game. The over/under is 49. I was thinking about taking the under on that, but really I could see a 20-17, or 21-18, or something crazy like that, where it's low scoring, but at the end of the day, the Titans have an interception on Phillip Rivers, and they're able to win the turnover margin.
Yeah. No, I could see it. And again, with it being that close of a spread, why not go with the money line on the team that's not favored?
Yep.
And speaking of doing that, but in the different sense, I'm actually going to take this Baylor at Texas Tech game.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Baylor -1 for -105 odds. And simply put here, not that I've watched a ton of either of these two teams, but I have seen enough of Texas Tech to know that they're just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's their identity, is the air raid.
Yeah.
And when they're not a elite, wide receiver quarterback duo on the field, they're not good. They're not good. They have to have that. If they have anything less than stars, they're not a good team. I agree. I don't have too much to say about it. I didn't really do too much research on it, but I would agree with you with how much Baylor was last year. And yeah, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. I won't be using it in my parlay, but I think it's pretty safe. And honestly, I'm telling you, man, I'm rattled. I really am rattled. I need like a walk in my next at bat or something just to get me, back on pace.
We'll go for it.
Yeah, like just a 4-pitch walk.
All right, well, what do you got next?
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try to steal a little bit more money here. Go with your strategy. This is going to be, I think this is Sunday Night Football. It is Vikings at Bears, and I am betting on the Vikings letting down or regressing back to the mean, whatever you want to call it. I'm going with the Bears money line at +130. Dalvin Cook has been electric. He's the
best running back in the game.
He's the best running back in the game, of course. What's the one defense that has a chance at stopping him, in my opinion?
The Rams.
It's the Rams or the Bears. Adam Thielen has been trash. He's been a dud the past 2 weeks.
He hasn't had a chance.
He hasn't had a chance. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook's just been running 70-yard touchdowns like left and right.
For me, stack the box, take away Dalvin Cook, and force Cousins to beat you. Seriously, like every single play, go into your formation, Mike will blitz, man-to-man on the outside, and just keep hitting the Y button to play the same play, do the same play. Just, I mean, as bland as you can get. The Bears offense, horrible. The Vikings defense has the edge. But man, I mean, I'm just going to try to steal points here. And I think this is a chance. I think this has a higher probability than +130 of happening. And I'm going to try to steal some money. I'm not going to bet heavy, but we'll see. And it's at Chicago. It's at Chicago. They're not in their cute little dome, right? Kirk Cousins isn't going to be all warm.
You haven't said a damn thing about the Bears quarterback situation, which makes me think that you just don't want to talk about things that make you not want to take that bet.
I don't. You're right. I've been ignoring that on purpose. I'm only talking about the Bears defense because that's all that's worth talking about for that team. That's it. This comes down to the Bears defense versus Dalvin Cook.
Well, I mean, I'll see your win some money there bet, and I'm going to up it.
Wow.
That's what I do to get back in first place.
That's right.
And this one's got some seasoning on it, I think. Texans at the Browns.
No. Don't tell me you're doing this. No,
Houston, money line.
No. Can I veto this for you?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Why is this bad?
The Browns are getting... Who's their running back? It's not Chubb. Kareem Hunt? They're getting Hunt back.
Chubb's back. No, Kareem Hunt's been there.
Okay. Well, they're getting one of them. I don't know. I'm not a Browns fan. But they're getting one of their running backs back. The Texans are bottom 5. And I don't say this often, so you know it's got to be real. They're bottom 5 when it comes to running defense. They're a bad team when it comes to running defense. I really do think between having the running back that comes back, I don't even know his name. It's either Chubb or Hunt.
No, it's Nick Chubb.
Okay. Between Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, they're going to combine for 200 yards rushing. Mix that with just the Texans are bad. I don't know.
I mean,
How many?
yes, the Texans are bad, but the Texans can score points.
When Watson's standing up,
Okay.
how many sacks do the Browns have this year?
Did you see the Browns Raiders game?
I didn't. No, I was watching.
Okay. The Browns scored 6 points the entire game.
I mean, the Browns are also bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like I'm saying that they
the
can
Browns
go out and beat.
are awful.
But the Browns are 5-3.
I mean, they're 5-3, but
the Browns have 20 sacks. Now, where does that rank in the NFL? I don't know. I'll have to go to another website.
The Browns are 5-3. Here, let's do this. All right. So against the Raiders, who are above 500 team, they scored 6 points. Against the Steelers, who are definitely an above 500 team, they scored 7 points. Their wins. Oh, and then against the Ravens, who are a team that are above 500, they scored 6 points. All of their wins have come against the Bengals twice, the Colts, the Washington football team, and the Cowboys. That's not enough for me to sit there and say that they should be favored by several points. Now, granted, the Texans aren't great either, but boy. I want it for Baker. I love the progressive commercials, but just on the field, I don't think it's there.
Okay, so the Browns are 12th. They're tied for 12th.
Oh, right in the middle.
In terms of sacks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the pick. The Texans are bad. Texans are bad. I don't know. I'm not a Browns fan. I don't know much about the Browns. I would have gone the other way.
But I think you're a Browns fan.
I'm a closet Browns fan. What was the spread? Was it over 3? With it being
I don't remember.
At
I'll look it up. I'll look it up while you go to your next one.
I go to my next one. Okay. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's try to get this. Yeah, let's try to get this before 8 so I can put my money on Thursday night. Let's see here. Are you gonna let me do the off Bovada spread for Bengals Steelers? Right now it's 10. I don't have odds, but I'm gonna assume it's minus
sure,
110.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But let's say this: it's not on Bovada because there's a chance that the game is not played.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just they don't know if Big Ben's gonna play.
Okay.
I think that's the reason why, as far as I know. But I'm taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals to cover. Bengals are 6-2 against the spread this year.
No balls.
They're sneaky good.
Take the money line. Good. No balls.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. You just said money line, and it made me think. Like, type it in. No, the Bengals are a sneaky good team. And here's the thing: the Steelers, they're going to be winning comfortably by middle of the third.
You say that, but are the Bengals worse, the same, or better than the Cowboys?
Right
because
now?
There was a portion on Sunday where we thought the Steelers were going to lose with how bad they were struggling against the Cowboys. And that's with a full half.
It was a one-off game. It was a one-off game.
Okay.
10 points.
They've got a great defense. I think some have said that it's a top 5. That offense is terrible.
You're talking about Cincinnati?
No, the Steelers.
Yeah, they're not great. They're feast or famine, especially if they don't have Big Ben. 10 points. 10 points. It's a lot in the NFL.
All right, I'm just saying.
Go ahead and give me the 10.
If you had some huevos, take that money line. All right, let's see here. Last pick, man. What do I got? 2 college, 2 NFL. This one's easy. I'm going to do it that way. I've got another one that's a pretty easy game. Arkansas travels down to Florida. And I'm going to take UF to cover the 17-point spread. They were incredibly impressive on Saturday.
Yeah, they were.
Against a phenomenal Georgia defense, and they, what's his name? Trask.
Yeah.
Trask tied or was just close to the SEC record for quarterback passing yards against like one of the best defenses in college football.
Yeah,
like,
he lit it up.
There's not a ton to say about this other than Florida home game after that, especially with Arkansas being out or being without their head coach. I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not buying the narrative that Felipe Franks is going to have a revenge game against his former team.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I mean, he lost the job because he got injured, and then Trask obviously blew the doors off and won the job outright. I don't buy that. No, you go into every game like it's a revenge game. Yeah, I like the pick.
Yeah.
Last one, I'll go back into college football. I'm going to go with a little bit of a theme that we've had going on unintentionally and go with this ECU Pirates, but take them the other way and go with the number 7 team in the nation, Cincinnati. Cincinnati's good. And ECU is 1 win, and the 1 win was our tasty pick against South Florida. ECU's bad. And Cincy's defense, good. Very good.
Yeah.
27 points is a ton. I mean, we saw how much was Clemson favored over Boston College? Was it 30? I mean, 30 is a lot. 30's
I don't know.
I think it was 30. I see Cincy getting this done. I mean, they're a non-power 5. They're in the top 10. They're going up against a horrible conference rival. I should have picked this earlier. I should have put more money on it.
And they're playing for a spot in the playoffs, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, yeah, they are. If they went out, they really could be top 6 and at least be in the conversation.
Absolutely. No, I like that. I like that. All right, what do you got for your parlay?
Oh, well, let's do our wagers first.
Okay.
Notre Dame, BC. I'll do it 2. Colts Titans, just because I want money on it, 1.5. Vikings Bears, just because I want to make up a little bit of money, 1.5. Give me $5 between the 2 of these. I'm not big on this game either. Give me 2, and then let's put the whole kit and caboodle. Just because I don't want to have to go back and do more math. Let's just do a big old 3-piece on Cincy minus 27. Man, so picks 2 and 3, I'm not big on, but again, they're my money lines. They're my underdogs. So I'm actually doing okay, I think, to win 16-64, which will be higher with this Bears positive odds. So that should be, it'll be about 19, right? Between 19 and 20.
Yeah, should be. No, that's good.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm actually happy with how that turned out.
I'm gonna take 250 on that. 2. No, actually, hold on. 3 on this Arkansas Florida game. Just because that's doing that last week really helped of taking a game you're super confident on, putting a good bit of money on it, even though it doesn't have great odds.
Minus 110 is fine.
I'm gonna put $1 on that. $1.50 on that.
Okay. And then your value's messed up.
Yep, I gotta fix these. Fix that. I gotta fix that. But yeah, we should be probably about the same.
Yeah.
I'll be probably a little lower.
Okay. But hey, we're in it. All right. So let me build my parlay really quick. I think I'm going to do one from mine, one from yours, and it might be the last ones that we picked in both. Go ahead and give me Arkansas, Florida. And oops, sorry, I just pasted that into yours. I'll do that again. Oops, okay, now I'm just all over the place. Here we go. Arkansas, Florida, and then let's do it. Let's ride the wave. Give me my bottom pick, and let's do this. Big spreads. Boy.
What
Could go wrong, right? Nothing.
All right. I'm gonna take your Bengals. It's no.
So yeah, we don't know if
Yeah,
this is
that's right.
even going to be. I mean, if Big Ben plays, this could jump up to. This really could jump up to like plus 13, I think, or
Yeah.
plus 14. I think Big Ben alone is worth 4 points.
Yeah.
And in that case, I still do want to take Bengals plus.
So then let's do this. I'm also gonna take Arkansas at Florida.
Oh, that's good. That means it's definitely not happening.
And I'm taking. Well, I was gonna take that until I saw that Chris McCaffrey was out. I got to get in on this game. This game looks like it's going to be a blast. I'm taking Bills at Cardinals, and I'm taking the over on 56.5.
Okay.
That's going to be a shootout. That's going to be a really fun game.
How much did the Bills score last week?
100 and hold on, let me see.
They scored a ton. They didn't
44
score 40
against the
They did
Seahawks.
score 40? Wow.
Yeah,
well, I
44.
mean, I guess the Seahawks, that's not saying much.
Well, I mean, when you start the game out like 21-3 in like
Yeah.
the first like 3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. I had to throw that bet away.
I felt so bad, like just seeing that pop up within like the first 3 seconds, and just
I know.
oh, okay.
Watching Red Zone, I was like, okay, and we have a Bills touchdown. And we
If
have a Bills touchdown.
If Chris McCaffrey wasn't doubtful for the game against the Bucks, I would have taken the Bucks at Carolina over 50.5. I think that'll be a pretty high scoring game.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, even still, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So
okay, well,
cool. Well, we got our bets in for 10.
We're both cheering for Florida, which feels kind of weird.
It's 2020.
But let's see, we're both $3 on our last picks.
Let's see how it shakes out.
Yeah, let's see how it shakes out. So again, I'm up. What did we say the total was? 53 to 38.
53 to 37.
Essentially. So I'm up 16, we'll call it, plus or minus. Math pod. Could be done in a week. I mean, that's scary to think of. You could bring that easily back in the last 4 weeks that we have here.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. We'll do it again next week. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to us, and cheers. See you next week.